Okay, good evening, everybody. Massive welcome to tonight's multi-region call. It's the flipping 13th of December, so we are nearly halfway through the month. Oh my gosh, and we are nearly near Christmas. It's actually like scaring the living daylights out of me, but it's all going to be good. We've got some amazing trainings tonight, and first and foremost, I'm going to introduce this amazing lady, Ashley Newton, has actually got I'm going to let you, yeah, three young children. I think they're under the age of like 4. So she is just insane. I'm sure she'll tell more about a story. And she's actually dialing in from the US. So she's had to sort all of the kids out, make sure it's middle of the day for her. And when I was introduced to her, I was like, who is this Ashley? She's like some cute little doll. And when you hear her speak, you'll know she's like the sweetest little thing. She promoted last month to district, having her team all the way over in the UK, being quite remote. I know that her life's quite remote anyway, that she'll go into. She's going to share a little bit about her journey and beyond and how she's made it work in Arbonne. So over to you, the lovely Ashley.
Hi, everyone. I just got off another call, so I'm sorry. I am Ashley, as Jade told you. Yes, I have 3 children. One just turned 4. The other one is 2, and my youngest is 8 months old today. But Jade has 4, so she's way more busy than I am. But I have, a very busy life. My husband's in the Army, and he's usually gone. So about 6 months of the year, he's gone. He's currently home with the kids. I say luckily, but it's really unfortunate that he's home. He broke his leg in a parachute accident, so he's hanging out with the kids with one leg while I get to do this. But let's see, I've got cows, chickens, horses, dogs, cats. I've got it, you name it. Like when Rachel first contacted me, I'll go into the first Arbonne thing. But when she first contacted me, I was getting ready to move from one place to another. And I had 2 children, one under 2, and then a baby, a newborn. And I thought, not for me, no thank you. But I really liked her energy, and I thought, we can still be friends. So we continued talking. She continued telling me about Arbonne, and I continued venting my frustrations about not being able to find anything that was clean and healthy and safe for my kids. And then she started like putting little seeds, like, your makeup's probably not healthy too. And I was watching her post, and I was going, oh my God. So I started looking into everything, and I was like, sure, I'll do a party with you. Why not? And she talked me into that very first night of the party. She goes, you'll get a bigger discount if you just go for the IC account. Don't even think about it. And if you don't like it, there's so many ways that you can easily, stop it, send it back, and, you'll lose nothing. So I thought, you know what? Sure. I like her. I like the product that she's putting out there. I'll try it. And I tried it. And let's see, the very first day that I had the fizz, I was like, what have I been missing? Like, Fizz Sticks changed my life. I used to, when I was teaching, be addicted to energy drinks, but I have a heart condition, so that was not the greatest. But but it kept me going. And when I tell you that I've told so many different people about Fizz Sticks, and I said, here, just try them. I've gotten my mom, several of her coworkers, and a whole bunch of my friends, my husband and his coworkers, all off energy drinks and all onto Fizz. So now I'm trying to work on them just not being just PCs, but I want them to be ICs with me, because I think having more is obviously the goal, to have more people start selling. But anyway, it's also a little bit difficult, and I'm sorry I'm bouncing everywhere. I'm watching my kids play with chickens outside the window, so I'm so sorry. So I'm so sorry, but I will say it's been a little bit of a challenge. I know my time difference is a little bit wonky, and in the US we have different deals going on a lot of the time. I will say you guys have amazing deals all the time, and I'm always like, why don't we do that here? But yeah, just keeping up with everybody is a little bit of a challenge, but I think it's definitely worth it. I'm able to branch out into different areas and introduce my friends and family and clients to different things as well through Arbonne and through different things that I'm learning through Rachel and Jade and all of you. And I think the best part about it is definitely the people, and I tell that to my friends all the time. Like, yes, the products are amazing, but the people are definitely are definitely the shining stars. You learn so much, and you gain so much from knowing other people overseas, and you're out of your bubble. You're talking to other people. It's not all egocentric, which I like. And a lot of our dealings with over here, and Rachel and Jade said they wanted me to talk about a little bit of the differences. And if you all use WhatsApp a lot, and over here that's not as popular. So like the Facebook Messenger and the groups and Instagram are the biggest things, and Reels. You would not believe how many people are like, oh, I like your reel. That's really funny. And even if it's not about Arbonne, I somehow weave into like that. Oh yeah, well I also do this, and that opens the door. Like, you put a funny reel or post up on Instagram, and people are like, I like that, and they want to talk to you, and then you have a segue, easy peasy, and you don't feel like all salesy, which I like, because I'm not really a salesperson. I know I am technically, but to me, sales is a little bit more difficult. But Rachel and Jade, I know they helped me pull that one out of the bag. I said to Rachel, I want to do DM, and I want to get higher. I want to do more. And Rachel was like, all right, let's do this. And she helped me. She talked me through a lot. We came up with some bundles. I think Jade helped as well, finding different bundles. And I just went to town emailing and texting and getting onto my Instagram and Messenger. I have a Facebook group, and that's where I get most of my sales, is through my Facebook group. I wish that we could do, I personally can't do WhatsApp, but I know that it's not a big popular thing here. I wish we could do more of that, because that seems like if we could over here, it would be a lot more beneficial like it is over there. But I'm not really sure what else to say. I'm sorry. It's in the middle of the day over here. I'm so sorry. It's my slump. But yeah, the differences, there are a lot, but I feel like it's a lot easier in some ways too, because I'm still communicating, and I'm still a part of a team. The only difference is I don't see anybody in person, and I don't have the same like deals, I guess, over there. So it's when I see that you guys are pushing on a new deal, I'm like, wait, what are ours for this month? And I'm going back and I'm making sure that I didn't miss something. And then I push out what we're doing over here as well. But I also have a lot of people in my groups who are in places like New Zealand and in Australia that are family. So I'm keeping up with multiple little areas. But I think if you want to do something enough, you'll find ways to do it, and you will push through, even if there are cultural differences or different discounts at the time. It's that can be a simple solve.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Ashley. I'm going to just open it up if anyone's got any questions for you. Do you mind? So I've got
sure. And I'm sorry for talking everybody's ear off.
No, do not apologize. That was absolutely amazing. I'm sure
I only talk to a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old all day, so
you're like humans. Let me talk.
Let me just verbal.
Oh my gosh. So Caroline was asking, do you use Voxer over there? Is that still a thing instead of like WhatsApp?
No.
No.
So most people are on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook over here. So I ask different people like what works easier for you to do a party or to meet, and most people say Facebook or Messenger. A lot of people like the groups because they can go back to things and see it all, and everybody's posts and all the videos easier. But
okay, so would you say then you've built your client base mainly through online events?
mm-hmm. Yep. So I started in the middle of our quarantine pandemic thing over here. So everything's been all online. And I'm in the middle of nowhere on about 150 acres, so I have no neighbors really, and so it's in a pandemic. Just moving here, no friends out here. I have a couple clients who are from my daughter's ballet class, but that just recently started. So
wow, that's amazing. So you are just
I met personally. Everybody else is all online.
But that's brilliant. So you've gone out like networking, obviously, and there's people everywhere. So that was a real great example from Ashley saying just at her daughter's ballet lessons that she's made friends, naturally got into conversation, and then created clients from that. Natalie, are you raising your hand?
Oh, sorry.
Unmute Natalie and fire away.
Thank you, Ashley. That was amazing. I just wanted to ask the people in your Facebook group, how did you get them? Who are they?
So a lot of them, I reached out and said, hey, I'm starting a Facebook group. I just started selling Arbonne, and I'd like to invite you into my group. And if you want to come and see what I have, I'd love to have you. And if not, no problem, don't worry about it. So it started with a trickle of sorority sisters and friends and family that I had. And then it worked its way to some people that I met through Instagram, different posts, just saying, hey, I have a Facebook group if you'd like to join. And I have a lot of giveaways, and like I give away fizzies and packets of different samples of things, and I put together little goodie bags. And that kind of lures people in, like, oh, free things, okay. So then it just became people who were in parties that I had, they join in as well. And I always say, like, after I have a party, like, hey, if you want to join this group, I have more deals, and you can learn more about the different products. And then I just naturally got more from there.
Okay, thanks. That's really great. Thank you.
I've got another question for you. What, in terms of asking people, so over here we find that sometimes we've got this stigma around asking UK hosts to host an event, maybe online. How do people react when you're over in America? Like if you ask somebody to host something or invite them into your group, are they quite forthcoming, quite happy to do that? Or is it, like, oh, no?
No, so over here it's pretty much the same. People think, oh, network marketing, it's a pyramid scheme, and blah, blah. And to be honest, I did too. That was my first thought, was like, no. But I thought Rachel was really sweet, and she wasn't really pushy, and she just said, hey, if you want to do this, it'd be great. You can get some free things, and what do you have to lose? If not, we'll still be friends. And I think the trick is not being pushy, but also not being such a pushover that you just like undersell. So it's kind of walking that tightrope of like, hey, come hang out with me and see what I have to offer, but also not like, you don't have to, just like, don't look at me, I know it's horrible. So yeah, I think it's pretty much the same over here. I just have to, when I ask, I say, hey, like, this is what I'm doing. I sell Arbonne. If you want to try it, or if you want to learn some makeup tips, I have a whole bunch of different things from like Rachel, who does makeup, and she's amazing at it. And she just did a tutorial. If you would like to come see it on my Facebook group, that'd be great. And I also do like the, hey, we talked about how you had a slug in your day with lack of energy, being a full-time mom. I've got some fizz sticks if you'd like to try them. Here's 7 days worth. No problem. If you like it, join my group. If not, no bother. But a lot of people, after you do that, I've found are like more apt to want to join and just see what it's about. And some people leave the group and that's fine, but then you end up with 4 more the next day. So it's a little bit of a give and take. And I have learned to not take no as a rejection of myself. It's more of like and I think Jade actually told me that in a call with Rachel not too long ago. It's not a reflection of me. It's just they're not ready yet, and that's their loss. So.
Oh, amazing. And I will just say for anyone new, like it's I don't think it ever just gets easy. I know Carol and Caroline who here.
It's scary.
You get a no, but actually we get so personal about it. But actually, if you worked in McDonald's, I would say if you worked in McDonald's and asked, you said, oh, do you want to supersize those fries? And somebody says no, you're not gonna be like, oh gosh, oh, they said no, and I've just been rejected. I'm no good at this McDonald's thing. Like that just would not be it, would it? But we just take offense to it because it's our little baby. So it's important that you're passionate, but not to take that on. It's so part of the process. And I will just say, Ashley, do you just want to recap everybody what offers are actually on at the moment? Because I think we all, sure. If we know like what's usually in the US, like you don't get a greater deal, but at the moment you have got like free sign up and
so
free gift. Like
we're still doing the free sign up with 150 QV and the free gift with the 150 QV. And that goes with the PCs and the ICs and clients as well. Before I say something wrong, let me double check. And this is, I'm always doing this when people say, oh, what are the deals this month? I'm like, hold on. Even though I know what I'm doing, I want to make sure that I'm not lying Okay, so we're still doing the same thing that you all are doing with the Tune Into You, the 30 days. So it's the $514 value for $276 over here, and then you get the 3 gifts with that, the 3 extra, the greens, the fiber, and the cleanse. But then you also get, because of the price, you also get to choose from the free gift list, and we're doing the free PC and IC signups as well with a gift. But I wish that we were doing the secret, I can never say it, Santa gift. That I'm so jealous of. I'm so jealous of that. Every time I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that is really good. Okay, so just hopefully tonight this has really opened your minds to think actually like everybody and anybody potentially would be really interested in doing the 30 days. So maybe that you actually just know one odd person that you might know in America or New Zealand or Australia, and actually like, have you asked them to maybe host an online event, or have you asked them to take a look at the 30 days? We're all still human beings. I think if anything, the pandemic, whatever's happened, has just brought us all together. We've all been through the same thing, and actually we've been online, whether you're down the road or whether you're halfway across the world. So we have a global online website business here that we can access anybody in any of the countries that we're in. Has anyone got any other questions?
Can you just remind us that in the normal way, when you've not got the free sign up at 150 QV, you have a higher level, don't you? That the people have to achieve a higher initial spend than we do. Is that right in the States?
It's the 150 QV.
Oh, it's 150.
Yeah.
Cool. I couldn't remember because sometimes we have a lower level for some things, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sometimes
I feel like when we're at 150, I see like you have a lower thing and I'm like, that's not fair. But yeah, sometimes it's lower, but normally it's 150 QV for the free gifts and signups.
Cara is asking, do you have clients in different countries?
So I have a client in Australia who I grew up with in Okinawa, Japan. Most of them are from different states around here, but might as well be in a different country when one's California and we're over here in Virginia. But I have people who regularly ask about things in New Zealand and Australia.
It can be the next legs in your RVP business, Ashley.
No, I'm working on it.
Come on. Exciting.
Straight to the top. And
My Australian leg going. I had a question. What was I going to ask? Oh, when I've previously watched training videos and things from the States, it always seems like Americans are maybe happy for you to be a bit more forward about the close with sales. Obviously, you haven't got something to compare against, I guess, for England. But do you think that people in America feel okay about you just going to the close and saying, so this is like, what do you want to buy? This is how we're going to order it, that kind of thing?
So I think people here like knowing what they're getting and what the price is for, being a little more straightforward with like, this is the price, this is the discount, this is what you could get. And I think it's because they worry about network marketing being like a pyramid. They want to know all the prices, where everything's going. Everybody over here is a little bit more, I don't know if it's more, but they're a little bit wary of where their money is going and if it's legit over here. So I'm not really sure if it compares any over there, but over here that's how it works.
So obviously we'd all like to build global businesses. So have you got any tips from your experience of how, like, if we were going to approach someone in another country, kind of how we can make it feel as though joining an international team would be a good idea for that person, and how we could sort of smooth the transition for that person?
Sure. So Rachel was really helpful. She the moment we started talking, she messaged me in October the year prior, and by May I agreed to do a party with her, and then I agreed to be an independent consultant. And but I think the tip is Rachel kind of rocked it out of the park. She communicated with me pretty much daily, but not in a pushy way. It was more like, hey, how are you? Like, I saw this, like, that looked really cool. And then we just kept up with each other, messaging and video calling. And she really kind of made me feel part of the team because it's a little bit more difficult for me to get on to the calls because it is right in the middle of the day, and I've got 3 little ones usually running around with fire starters, and they're just crazy during the day. So so I usually watch everything afterwards, but she's good at keeping me up to date. Like, hey, there was a meeting and this is what happened. Here's the link, kind of things like that. And tagging me in things, making sure that I see them, and really just making sure that I felt part of the team by talking to me and letting me know, like, hey, this is the sale going on. Here are some images. If you find your pricing, put it on here. And she walked me through all of that pretty easily. And now it comes more natural to me to do all that. Like, oh, I see this, let me go in and change the price and push it out there. And she definitely also helps me by like commenting on posts that aren't really getting seen. She'll go in and comment and help push me that way. She asks the WhatsApp group questions for me all the time. So I definitely don't feel like I'm not part of the team, if that makes sense.
Faye, did you have a question? I saw your hand was up.
I did. But I can't, what was it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nemo. So, what was it? Oh my God. Sorry. I don't know if it's been answered actually. Yeah, that was it. Did you know Rachel before you joined, or like how did you know? It was purely done through Instagram.
So
was it,
Instagram, I posted a picture of pumpkin carvings that my husband and my daughter did. She was not even a year old yet, and I posted pictures of my pumpkins, and we always laughed like those pumpkins. Like she liked my pumpkin carving, and I told her like what we did and that we roasted the seeds afterward, and we kind of bonded over that, the fact that, you know, it's a cultural difference. Like we do a lot of big Halloween things over here, and over there it's not as big, but I think this year she even carved pumpkins with Lenny, so that was that was, but yeah, it's kind of been our ongoing joke, like, oh, it's pumpkin season, I'll send you some pumpkin seeds. And but yeah, we just bonded over an Instagram post, and she made it very natural, like to say like, hey, I liked that pumpkin, like, and from there it was just instant friendship, sort of.
So were you kind of like just chatting for quite a long time, and
Yes.
before she sort of mentioned Arbonne, and yeah, so, and was it
We were
kind of,
talking for probably about a month before she,
okay.
yeah, before she had mentioned it, and I'd seen a lot of her posts, and I liked them, about her going to, I think it was Vegas, I want to say she was, or California, somewhere, and I was like, ooh, that's exciting, and she mentioned it, and I was like, that's really cool for you. It's not for me right now, but thank you. And then, you know, a couple weeks go by, and she subtly mentioned it again, and I would say, that's really cool for you, but not for me right now. And she stuck with it, and I think she started noticing that I was like a little more open to it, when I started thinking about my kids, like all their products that I thought were safe and clean were actually just greenwashed, and then she hooked me up. She helped me out with that. So
Okay.
yeah.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. It's been interesting. Thank you very much. I'll go off now.
Love that, babe. Ashley, I've loved everything about this. Thank you so much. You keep moving around my screen. I don't know why.
I'm sorry.
My camera's up there and I'm looking down there. You're done. I just had to say about what Rachel said, because I spoke to Rachel last week, I think it was, or the week before, and I was like, how did you find Ashley? I think we're all like, come on, Rachel's showing us now how it is totally possible to really genuinely connect with someone, you know, on Instagram. You're so lovely. And Rachel, I can't do her accent, but she's like, babes, I was just talking to her about pumpkins. It was so funny. Like,
we literally just talk about pumpkins.
And I was like, really? But you've just confirmed everything she said. She was like, yeah. And what I would like to say to everybody, those of you who are using Teamsy or any sort of daily method of operation, this to me just completely confirms the consistency part that Rachel must have been doing in building a genuine relationship with you, is kind of what I get from this. And it's so refreshing to hear from your view how she did it. Because it is what we all should be doing on a daily basis, and what lots of us are and lots of us aren't, consistently just talking to people online. And then that's how you're going to find a beautiful Ashley Newton, if you just keep going and just keep, you know, go onto your Teamsy. Who's it asking you to talk to? Send a message, just a genuine one. So it's just been so refreshing to listen to this. Thank you so much, because as soon as you started speaking, I was like, oh my God, she's going to be a national vice president. I can just hear it in your voice. It's so inspiring. So thank you. It's so nice to get some fresh blood. It's just lovely. So thank you.
Absolutely echo that. And I just
also just goes to show as well, just looking at Ashley, that when you get the right people that join the team that have got the right energy and the right can-do attitude, that actually it doesn't matter all the barriers, all the slight issues and time differences and stuff. It doesn't matter. It's like that actually people who are going to be able to do this business can do this business, regardless of where they are, if they're remote, if they're whatever. And we just got to keep looking for the right amazing people. So super exciting. Well done, Ashley. Sorry, Jade.
All right, I just saw that there's an open chat. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. So yeah, how long it took me to promote to district manager? I think we tried. I'm so sorry. Let me grab my child real quick. I'm so sorry.
I love this, just like whilst we're all waiting for Ashley, just that we are just all humans, aren't we? And that this is what this business is about.
Sorry.
Under this business.
Sorry.
That's okay.
She was asleep. Sorry about that. No, let's see. I tried 1 month, and the next month I had her a little bit early. And then I told Rachel in October, I said, I want to do district manager. How do I do it? And we worked through how to go about it, and she helped me a lot. I can't thank her enough, but it took me 2 months. We did it in 2 months, I believe. Is that correct, Jane? 2 months to.
But from when you started, how many months? I just think it's good to see, like some people are feeling.
I did it in exactly a year and a half.
So you kept going and then it just literally like compounded, and then in the space of 2 months it just exploded. And honestly, a business should have seen it. And we were up till like 1 o'clock in the morning on the 30th of November, and we were like, right, what have we got left? And she was like, I am going to do this. She had so much conviction, like in her messages. It was just so inspiring to see. And obviously it wasn't midnight for you, but we were like,
it was about midnight here when
it probably
it was about
was.
midnight here, a few minutes before midnight, when I was like, how many do I have left? And I was like, oh, I'm over it. Okay.
You're amazing.
I was pushing hard. Lots of bribes. No.
That just goes to show, if anyone is new to the business and it's not quite happened like that, was, you hear the stories, you know, the averages and people getting there in 1 or 2 months, but sometimes, you know, it's different journeys for different people. And just to keep going, keep plugging in, keep listening to trainings, keep listening to great audios, keep like doing your daily consistency, Teams is everything that Carol said, and that is when it will all just compound. It's usually a 90-day cycle for anything. Carol, have you got another question? Your hand's up.
I'm so sorry, I forgot to take my hand down. No, I don't. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Thank you. Because when I said fresh blood, I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know how to. I meant someone new from a different country with full of energy. The evidence that a mum with 3 young children can make this work. I love the fact that you got your baby on Zoom, and we're all going to be following and stalking you. Well, I've actually just stalked your page on Instagram, so had looked at which reel had the most views, and then I quickly.
I'm sorry for the language in that.
I hope you know how inspiring you are. Love it.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of views on some of them, but then it's the random one with the inappropriate language is usually what gets people's attention. But sorry.
Yeah, so just on that, reels, you're getting into conversations with random people that are just watching your reels. So reels on Instagram, if anyone was on Nicola Wheels' training yesterday, it honestly is a way.
So bummed I missed that. I set my alarm and slept right through it. I think it was 4 a.m. for over here, but yeah, different reels, even if they don't mention Arbonne or anything, it's once people start talking to you, they kind of, you know, you naturally go, oh, well, what do you do for a living? And I used to just say, well, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and now I say, well, I'm a stay-at-home mom who sells Arbonne. And usually people are like, what is that? And that's how I go about it.
Amazing. I think everyone just needs to be a bit more Ashley. Get on the reels. Her Instagram is almost domestic. I'm going to pop it in the thing. So any photos you took of Ashley tonight, make sure we tag her in and give her some love that she deserves.
I just say something, Jade, quickly on reels, because I just stalked Ashley as well. They're amazing. When one of the trainings, you know, those of us that the dinosaurs that haven't done reels yet, like me, I was like, oh, I don't know, just find something that feels natural. So in mine, I'm like, okay, if I get my kids in, I feel a bit more comfortable. And I did one with Clara probably 2 weeks ago, and it got some views, and that was that. And then yesterday, suddenly in my Insta feed, I started getting all these love hearts again, and I thought, what? And someone's clicked somewhere has shared the reel. And then today I've had 4 new follows. I've added them. 4 new conversations. Now the views have gone from 3,000 to 5,000 in 24 hours. And then, you know, when people talk about you won't always have to go and chase people. People will start to follow you. And now I kind of get the reels, as long as you're doing something that's kind of authentic to you and feels right. So I'm loving this because it's all about positivity with my child, which is what I'm all about, and I'll continue to do it. people will be drawn to you. So people are drawn to Ashley because they like what she's doing. And then that's how you make the genuine connections. Like Rachel saw what Ashley was doing and then started the conversation. So I do kind of get the reels now. So if you haven't done one, do one, but you know, just go for it, because then you might find an Ashley. I'll shut up now, sorry. I've loved it. Thanks, Jade.
No, thank you. Thank you so much, Ashley, for tonight. Absolutely, about the reels, and it's such a great way. Like, Ashley's literally in the middle of nowhere. She is more often than not on her own with the children, and her partner isn't, her husband isn't there. So if this business, you know, has to be online for you, which for most of it does, you can, and you think, oh, I've spoke to everybody and no one's buying anything yet, because it may just take a bit of time for those people. But in the meantime, like Ashley said, if you want it, you know, there's always a way. There's always a way of meeting, connecting, and speaking with new people. I always just wake up and think there's a whole world of people out there, like, just waiting for me to be able to speak to them. And then all of a sudden it just loses that sense of like, oh, I've spoken to everyone and it's not working, like, because you've not spoken to everybody. And it just makes you feel a bit lighter about it and actually excited about who's going to come into your life. So hopefully we can get the Nicola Wills training for everybody and we can share that. I'm not sure if we can, but we'll see. Anything else before I let Ashley go, and we'll get ready for our 9 o'clock call? We good? Thank you so much, Ashley, from the bottom of my heart, and from I imagine from everybody else on the call. You've been incredible, such amazing energy, and can't wait to see you just promote and build a massive international team all the way to EMVP, and you absolutely deserve it. We'll see you guys over on the 9 o'clock call. 700 755 025, password EMVP. See you later. Bye.
Bye.